Hi everyone, this is Leor here with a quick video of the new personal housing feature in Rift's Stormlegion expansion called Dimensions. We're going to take a look here at the first dimension that characters will receive in the game. Those familiar with the Defiant faction might recognize this area as just outside the Arc of the Ascended in Freemarch. Now, as you can see as we run around here, this starter zone is quite small. You can pick it up at about level 7, and it has almost but not quite invisible zone borders. Trion has warned us that you can fall to death in your own dimension, but in this case they were nice and walled off the zone for me. As you can see, there is a small sort of house structure. Once you get inside, you'll see it's basically just a dark stone room, which is a little depressing, so we're going to build outside. So I got this dimension by picking up a breadcrumb quest in Meridian, which led me to a vendor in Freemarch, which sold me a key for this and a few pieces of furniture. Here I'm going to place a coffee table. Now, as you can see, when I placed it, the bar at the bottom of the screen appeared. This is our toolbar for items. And this is the moving tool, so we can move it in 3 different dimensions by clicking on the colored handles. I found the colored handles a little tricky to click on sometimes. You'll see that in various places throughout this video. This tool, however, was a lot more easy to use, and this is the rotation tool, again, in 3 dimensions. We're going to try moving this around again. There is seamless texture blending between 2 items, so if you merge 2 items together, the game does a pretty good job of trying to make it look as realistic as possible. And you can put stuff way up in the air, so people have been talking about making jumping puzzles and whatnot. There's really a flexible system. And here we see the scaling. Unfortunately, there are limits as to how big you can make your item, which is too bad because I wanted to make a really ludicrously large coffee table, but they do limit it, I assume, for resource purposes. And there's also a button to pick up items and put them back in your bag. So we're going to see all this with another item. I bought a sapling from the vendor in Freemarch, and I assumed it was just going to be by the name of Little Tree, but as we can see, it's actually an enormous tree. That's a pretty tall tree, which is kind of cool. So once again, I'm going to place it. I'm going to use the movement features to move it all around. And in this case, I think I've decided that this tree is too tall, so we're going to slide it into the ground. You can see how easy it is to sort of affect the shape of things. Do I want a floating tree? Do I want a short tree? All is possible. There's a little bug there in beta. I can't put the tree back in my bag. And you can kind of combine the tools to do different things. So here in this example, I'm going to rotate the tree, get a nice little spin on it, and then sink it back into the ground. And it just gives the tree a little more customization. So that's just a quick overview of your first dimension, some of the items you can buy, and the tools you have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in Stormlegion.